Hey, what's up my friends? It's Casey Raj here. So excited to bring you episode 22 of The Spotlight. I got a very special treat for you today. You're gonna learn all about Whispering Grace horses, Freedom Farms, all run by Bill and Marsha Shear, two of the most amazing people you're gonna meet. So I can't wait for you to get inside, see everything that they're doing, the lives that they're changing, everything that's going on. Such a great place, can't wait for you to see it.
Well, I'm Bill Shear, this is my wife Marsha, and anytime that we get an opportunity to talk about Freedom Farm or Whispering Grace horses, we just relish that opportunity. And so it's always a story for us. It's always a story. Now about 8 years ago, I was happened to be babysitting my youngest granddaughter, and we didn't have any horses, but Marsha gave me a place to go with my granddaughter, Emily, who I'd pick up every day after kindergarten. And so we went out to this farm, not far from where we lived, called Nickajack Farms. And so what happened is I kind of introduced myself to the owner of the farm, and she says, gosh, she says, with your background, she says, we just received 2 horses in off of the racetrack. She says, do you think you'd want to work with one? And I said, no. I said, I'm kind of way past the horses right now. And she said, well, you're here, Bill. At least come down and look at them. At first, here's a horse in off the racetrack. We couldn't brush her. We couldn't pick up her feet. We couldn't touch her. And I thought maybe I made a little bit of a mistake here. But the longer that we worked with her, the better she got. And to make a long story short, we ended up leasing her and then buying her. And this is kind of the beginning of Whispering Grace horses, in that one day I can remember where I was sitting in our living room, and I said to Marsha, I said, I don't want to sound irrational when I say this, but here we have a horse that's kind of changed our lives. Do you possibly think she could change the life of some other people? And that's how it started. We started out with 2 families, and within a year and a half, we went from 10 families to over 200 families. But one of our board members said, but Bill, can't we have a program for our veterans? And we said, we'd love to, but we can't. We can't, in that we're just totally, we have so many people coming to see us. We only have so many horses, and we just can't do it. And one board member said, well, isn't that land across the street for sale? And I said, well, yeah, it is. I said, but apparently it may be out of reach because it's been for sale for quite a while now. And to make a long story short, that land across the street was donated to us. And so now our board member said, well, now can we have a program for our veterans? And some of our big, strong, emotional men and women that have served our country come to us, and they look at our horses, and these big, strong men will say, Bill, can I trust this horse? And we'll say to them, that's exactly what this horse is thinking about you. 2 months ago, I held a man in one of our stalls here. I've never heard a man cry that hard. And I just kind of held him, and one of our horses was in the corner of her stall eating hay. And so she came over and put her nose right on this guy's shoulder. And he said, as only a guy crying real hard could say, kind of searching for breath, he says, why did she do that? I says, the only reason I can tell you why she did it is because she wanted to. Whispering Grace Horses and Freedom Farm is all about relationships. It's not as much about horsemanship, but it's about relationships. And I can tell you one thing, horses are amazing teachers. So all of our sessions are 1 horse, 1 leader, 1 participant. And so some of our session leaders range in age from 14 or 15 years of age to 78 years of age. And here's what we tell them. If you can wake up in the morning and you can maybe be the answer to somebody's prayers, you know what? That's a big deal. I don't care whether you're 15 years old or whether you're 78. When you can maybe change the life of somebody, when you get that opportunity, it's a big deal. You know, in terms of the way the horses have affected our veterans, we believe that the horses have saved 5 lives. And if we don't have another person come through this barn, I'd say it was worth building.
Well, there you have it, my friends. Thanks so much for taking the time and hanging out with us today. You got to see everything going on here at Whispering Grace Horses. Not only that, Freedom Farms doing so much for veterans and people in the community. Got to meet Bill and Marcia Shear out here just doing so many amazing things. You got to talk to Don and a couple other veterans that are just so impacted by what's going on here. So if you have that calling and you want to focus on relationships and really better yourself, or just be around people that love and care about you, this is the place to be. These are some of the most amazing people you ever meet, guys. So stop on out and see them. Thanks so much, and we'll see you next time.
My name is Eric Whittington. I'm an Army veteran. I own Brimstone Bicycles. I'm one of the directors in Team RWB in the Akron-Canton chapter, working with a lot of veterans with PTSD and drug and alcohol problems.
My name's Jamie McKay. I am a pediatric hematology oncology nurse at Akron Children's Hospital, and I am a 14-year Army veteran.
I'm Billy Dawson. I served in the Army, 82nd Airborne Division, did 2 tours to Afghanistan. Got injured over there twice. Came back with severe PTSD, depression, anxiety. Got married about almost 2 years ago. My wife's aunt is real good friends with Bill and Marcia, and Aunt Susie's actually one that convinced me to come out here.
But I met Bill through a mutual friend and just hit it off instantly. Just became a part of this place.
I graduated nursing school at the University of Akron, and I worked in the Military Services Center there, and they set up a trip for us to come out here and kind of meet the horses and meet Bill and Marcia and kind of learn about what they do. And it kind of just all started from there. I got here and was introduced to all the horses and attached to this one pretty quickly. This is Boots. He's my main guy here. I work with him every time I'm here. But we just kind of, it was pretty quick and pretty instant for us.
My first time here was scary, to be honest. Pulled in, saw all the cars here. My anxiety instantly went through the roof. The way Bill puts it is, I walked in, instantly started backpedaling out. I'm from Texas, grew up on a horse or a cattle farm. We had a horse that just didn't like me, so I was terrified of horses. Came in, was just terrified seeing the horses. And Amazing Grace here just caught my eye, and they were trying to show me the other horses, and I didn't want to leave her.
I have stresses just like everybody else, and go through, my own problems, and I could come here and they can disappear. Or I could actually have a conversation with this horse and walk out of here feeling like everything's okay. And I don't have to go and sit in front of a counselor and pay $80 an hour to do that. I could just come here and I could actually let my guard down, which is huge. It's not something I do very easily. Like a lot of the other veterans, you can't, we have big walls for whatever the reasons, whatever, we struggled through. And here it's like they instantly just go down and you feel at peace. And again, it's not even just the horses sometimes, it's just this guy standing right next to you,
He's kind of brought out, I guess a new side, not necessarily a new side of me, but a side that I've kind of pushed down for a long time. I've dealt with depression, anxiety, PTSD for a lot of years, and so I just kind of kept to myself and kind of went about my daily life and spent time with my family and not really did anything else. And Boots has kind of opened me up a little bit more. He's taught me that I can laugh and cry all on the same day. That sometimes all I need to do is just sit and listen, or he sits and listens because I talk to him a lot.
For me, it has impacted my life significantly. Like I said, I deal with PTSD, depression. I've had several bouts of dealing with suicide, and I've been out here on days where I've been dealing with it, or the day after that I tried taking my life, and just being with her, being able to sit in the stall and just get everything off my mind, has, you know, just off my chest, and without having any judgment from her has helped me out a lot. And talking to her first actually makes it easier for me to talk to Bill or talk to Marcia or talk to Katie, you know, or the other participants that are here that kind of go through the same thing.
It's magical. That's the best way to put it. It's magical, it's healing, and I don't know.
No, I mean, I can't speak more great things about this place than what it's done for me, and what it's doing for my family, my kids. Although they don't get to come out as much as I do because they're in school during the day, they get to come out enough that they love it. And the people here are just as important as the horses are. Bill and Marcia have become family, Mike and Katie and everybody that we work with. So, and then all the other veterans that I've met, Billy and Eric and everybody. We're all a family, and it's something that you don't realize you need until it kind of presents itself. And so it's done wonders for me.
I love Bill and Marcia. You know, they kind of became like another set of parents to me. They've become like another set of parents to my 10-year-old son, who comes out here when he doesn't have school. It's just simply amazing what they do out here. I love that they're always wanting you to learn. They already have a pre-planned goal for you, and they teach you, they work with you, they get you to where they want you to be, but also where we want to be at as well.